Welcome to episode 38 of Live in the Prop Shop. I'm your host, Calvin S. The Ohm Semi put together from last week. It needs a little bit more work for it to be like more usable, but I feel like we're on the right path. I just don't know it yet. Right now, doing something a little more simple as a task to ease my mind of the hardcore foam work and whatnot. Let's see. There we go. And then I think this one's the last one. Nope, there's two more. All right, but I know where they are. So that's cool. I'm taking apart this kind of old Gatling gun piece because I want to get this from out of the inside so I can put it into something else. So we're going to see how successful we are in getting the whole mechanism out. Pretty sure this is like the last screw. There we go. All right. Let's take it out like this side first. Cool. So this is the trigger. It went just like this in here. So whenever that button is pressed, that's when the lights go. We're getting this all figured out. This is the sound, dude. This is going to be really hard to hide in a translucent Gatling gun. We'll figure it out. I'm sure of it. Battery pack. We should try to keep these so they don't get messed up. Trigger. That does sound and lights, which is awesome. So now we have the trigger for both. Let's take sound out first, since that looks like the heaviest piece here. Bada bing, bada boom. There is our sound right there. And now the lights / camera / action. It's really just lights. This is really just lights, yeah. Interesting. The sound has a better sound when it's upside down. Did you notice that? Yeah, you totally noticed that. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you did. All right. I'm undoing some Malaysian factory workers' hard work by deconstructing this. Probably took them all of like 10 minutes to put one of these bad boys together. I don't know, I'd say about 10 minutes. You make 6 in an hour, you get paid 60 cents an hour. That seems like fair. Obviously, it doesn't seem fair at all, but that's just... Oh, that's just... This is the turning mechanism. Cool, cool, cool. I wanted this thing, though. I don't believe I need the turning mechanism. Fun fact. Aha, and there we are. The lights. The lights are fairly simple in design and look like can be glued pretty much. Oh, we need to get the circuit board out. Ah, shoot. Isn't technology wonderful? One button, 2 wires, makes sound go, lights go, and then this little motor that makes things turn go. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. Modern technology. What am I? I mean, we've actually had this for ages. Obviously, cell phones are probably a lot more complex and all that jazz, but I mean, like, when I look at the simplest of technologies, it really makes me happy because it is something I don't completely fully understand. So there is everything. Huzzah, we've done it. We don't need this, so we're just going to cut this off. Yep. That's what we're going to do with it. Sucks to be that guy. This one went here and went there. I sure hope that cutting these 2 wires don't ruin everything. Awesome. So now all we have to do is glue everything like this. I'll just put the boom box, is that what we want to call it, on top. Pretty much the speaker on top of that. The lights will just go elsewhere whenever I actually decide to put it together. And this will obviously go to the handle / grip. Yep. Fun, fun. This is fun. This is going to be placed somewhere where we don't completely destroy it. Awesome. So now I'm going to kind of use this as somewhat of a model in order to make... Oh, cool. We also get this little blue piece. Actually, going to keep this blue piece in a box of pieces because it looks pretty neat. Nah, not going to keep the rest of the stuff, though. All right, sweet. So, going to make... There's the empty shell of what once was. Cool. So this is our helmet. This is where we're at with the helmet. I'm going to start sanding this like crazy. I'm glad we managed to waste about 8 minutes on something that didn't really matter all that much. We need one of these. We actually don't need light. We really just need this guy. All right, we got it all mostly sanded down, which is pretty great. I'm still not crazy about the overall ovalness of this helmet. Yeah, I got to look at reference pictures for the Mark 1 again, just to make sure I'm not going completely crazy. Let's see. Okay, well, obviously, me going completely crazy looks ridiculous with that helmet on. But where is it? Where is it? Reference. Let's get a picture of the helmet, though. There it is. Wow, that's about the lowest quality image I could possibly find. There we go. There's a higher one. What's up, Tony? This needs to be way more circular. And overall more dome-like. Let's see what we can do. Hit it with the heat gun and see how that'll affect it. Because I'm not super confident in it right now. Man, I am not liking the way this looks. Whoever said measure twice and cut once was clearly ridiculous. I'm instead going to go straight into the cutting and see what we can get. Oh, no, yeah, that'd be terrible. All right, well, now I realize what they mean by measure twice, cut once. That was pretty bad. All right, cool. Well, we cut into it anyways. And I would say we officially wasted some time. Nice. That does make me feel accomplished. So I'd say I've done the live stream right there. Wasted some time. Pretty good. Pretty good to me. No, actually, we're gonna keep going with it. We're not gonna put this back. We could, however, just be like, oh, look at that. What a mistake. That's fine. I wasn't big in this helmet pattern anyway. It was too big. It was too bulky. It wasn't a right fit for me, you know, where I'm at in life right now, currently. Yeah, no, that's not a good excuse. All right, cool. Then I'm gonna result to doing this stuff, I guess. Boom. Semi see-through plastic. Why do we care, you may ask? That's actually a really good asking, because I am making something with it, making something out of it. So we're going to take this bad boy, and then we're going to take a Sharpie, and then we're going to take a Dremel, because trying to cut through this with like scissors or a knife or anything is way too tough. You'll end up cracking it because it's just too thick of plastic, and any kind of pressure will just mess it up, unless you go straight, cutting through with the Dremel. We're going to grab a Sharpie, though, since we don't have any up here. We're going to grab the one from down under. If we have any, I guess. Oh, shoot. Is there a Sharpie over here? I have like a million Sharpies in my work area. I do not know why it is like this. Why you gotta do me like that, Sharpies? Why you gotta do me like that? That sucks. All right. There's got to be something down here. Ah, there you are. You tricky son of a gun. All right, sweet. Now, I'm going to trace this little pattern on here twice. Throw it up here, baby. Boom. All right, fantastic. There's our handle. It'll work good enough. Then we'll flip it over, trace it again. All right, let's remove the Dremel head and replace it with a different Dremel head. Ah, the magic of Dremels. So great. I love it so much. Almost as much as I love not knowing where half my tools are. That's the best part of this whole experience. There's that one Sharpie I was looking for. That's pretty cool, I guess. Now we have that. Oh, you're going to fall off. There you go. All right, what about the other thing I was looking at? Well, this will work close enough. All right, sweet. Nope, it certainly will not work close enough now that I look at it. No, yeah, it will. All right, cool. Cool. All right, let's try that again. All right. This head off, throw on the cutting head. Of course, the cutting head isn't in where it should be. Why would it be? That would be ridiculous. This is going to turn into an hour of just me looking for my tools, because I don't know how to properly put things back and or properly organize. Wow, seriously? That's a major bummer. Why you gotta do me like that, Sharper? Why you gotta do me like that? All right. Well, whatever. We'll just use this cutting head then. Two can play that game. Super lame though that none of these cutting heads are in the right, like where they're supposed to be. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, that really bothers me. Really grinds my gears. Dremel. Really grinds my gears. All right. All right, cool. This bad boy again. This is fun. This is so much fun. So why is this a bad idea? This is why this is a bad idea. Look at that. This is why you should try to find your normal Sharpie cutting heads, because then this is just getting stuffed up with plastic. Or, you know, there's the Sharpie. There's Sharpie. Dremel. There's the Dremel cutting head right here the entire time. Like a Dimbus. I did not see that. All right, well, we're taking this guy off. You're off the case. Weird Dremel Sharpie cutting head. Hot. Cool. I'm such professional when it comes to this this whole making stuff thing. So professional. So profesh. All right, cool. And there is our first handle grip thing. Booyah. So it's gonna need a lot of sanding. Let's not put a damper on this pretty sweet achievement though, just because it's gonna need a physical butt ton of sanding though. Yeah, it's gonna need a lot of sanding. All right, sandpaper. Sandpaper. Sandpaper, there it is. All right, well, first we're gonna take the Sharpie around it. Sharpie. I don't know why I'm calling everything a Sharpie tonight. I just am. We're going to take the X-Acto knife around it to get off all the obvious chunks. I was petrified. Something, 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 the rest of the song. Yeah, see, this is why you should never trust me to do anything, sing, really, of any kind. I will forget. It's not an if, just a when. Oh, man. That's feeling way more smooth. I'm really liking it already. You gotta hold it there so you can actually see the weird piece, like the way it looks. It's very odd. It's not a normal piece. Certainly not something the Jedi would tell you. All right. Cool. Sanding. Now this is something more up my alley. Sanding is something you can just kind of go with. What's there to say? What's there to talk about this costume? I'm making a Green Lantern construct. It's supposed to be a Gatling gun. This is the start of that. So far, I've just said facts. Facts are pretty useful. Not enough people in society nowadays actually use facts. So you should all be pretty grateful that that's what I'm doing. Something, something, something. Carfax. You're welcome. Thank me later. Ah, right. Hot. Weirdly hot. Not our relationship, mind you, just this plastic. That was a weird thing. I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna sanding. Sadly, this doesn't even make, at least someone laughed. All right, cool. Ah, cool. All right. Once we get this all pretty much well done and sanded, we'll be able to make a copy. Once we make a copy, we'll be able to make like a space in between. So like what I want to do is I want to make the outline of this, right? I want to make another flat outline, and then I want to make one that will connect to the two so I don't have to keep stacking them like a sandwich. Eventually, I'll just be able to do this. I'll figure out how to do that eventually. Make that nice and sort of smooth everywhere so I don't cut my fingers on it anywhere. Ah, this is living life. This is enjoyment. There's so much clear plastic, so little time. So this is all mostly, so I have to, the reason I have to hand sand all this is because if I used a rotary tool like a Dremel to sand it again, it would sand it too fast and it would get hot and it would just melt. So that is why we have to do the kind of long, painstaking-ish process of just hand sanding everything. Kind of cleaning it up here with the knife. Because, you know, it happens. It just happens, all right? That's just the way things work. Let it be. That's just how these work. I wish, however, that this was not as difficult. Kind of wish I could just magically make props out of thin air. But that kind of takes away the whole fun of making everything yourself and then being proud of a hard day's work when you go somewhere and you show it off. Really, you would just take one long strip. Actually, you know, that's what I'll test right now. I'm going to take out just really one long strip that's about an inch long. So this ruler, fun fact for most rulers are an inch in thickness. Like this one is exactly 1 inch, or how like long it is. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. I don't know if all rulers like that. I know these engineer style rulers are, which is pretty great. So I'm just going to take out a chunk from there, pretty much, give or take, about like that. And we're going to see how bendy it is, just how malleable this plastic stuff is, and we're going to see if it'll work. I'm pretty excited to see if this works or not. All right. Nice. All right, let's keep going. All right, it's come to time where I should definitely be wearing gloves. Like, that's not even if or a but. It's just like, bro, you should really just wear gloves right now, because a lot of it's going to be flying towards your arm, and that's never really cool. There it is, one pretty much totally cool, super straight strip of plastic. Now let's cut off the excess once again with the X-Acto knife, and then we're not going to totally sand it down. It doesn't need to be super sanded down, so I do not think. All right. Well, it's pretty bendy and pliable already, which is good, which is a good thing. Nice. This is all coming off super quick. That is what I like to see. Makes it nice and easy. Oh, man. This isn't taking like a super duper ton amount of time, but it's taken longer than expected to get all this stuff off. Yep. I'm beginning to think I really should have yeah. I really should have put a cool, catchy like title under this one, but I couldn't think of one. I was gonna call it like the Lost Episode. That didn't really make any sense though, because technically the last episode was the Lost Episode because it didn't get uploaded to YouTube. I mean Facebook. YouTube. Like I would ever have a YouTube channel. Never will have a YouTube channel. Never have. Never will. It's gonna stay that way until we figure out exactly how this stuff works. That's obviously not the cause or grounds for having a YouTube channel. That's just sort of internet stuff. I don't know. We're just going to see if this stupid plastic does the stupid thing I want it to do. Ridiculous. Why can't a material just bend to your will and shape itself exactly how you want it to? You would think that would just make everything so much easier. Gosh. All right, that is smooth enough for me. As my father would say, it's close enough for the girls I go out with. Good thing I don't go out with that many. Nice. All right, we're gonna heat it up, and we're gonna see. Maybe it'll be bendy like Warbler. Maybe it'll be borderline unusable. Maybe we should wear gloves, or at least a glove. That is what I would say. Is what we should do. Oh yeah, hot, hot, hot. Yeah, it's totally super hot. It's not exactly as bendable as I wanted it to be. Stream has been good. Thank you, Superfan Seth Aaron. Metal concert. Who was playing? Probably a band I've never heard of if it was like local, but maybe I have heard of them if it wasn't super duper local. Or at like, I don't know. Yeah, I want to see if I can just superheat this end here. Oh yeah, we can totally reach the point of flexibility that I wanted it to. For the Fallen Dreams. All right, cool. That's actually pretty neat. But sadly, they would go under. Haven't heard of them. Feel sorry to say that. Yeah. Dang, that's the bad thing about working with plastic. It's these weird plastic bits just everywhere. Oh, okay. Well, Young at heart. Young at heart. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's mostly bendable, the plastic. I mean, like, it's not like crazy, stupid Warbler bendable where it's like controls to your every whim. But I would say it would fall into the category of being close enough. And that's good enough for me. Throw on the other glove just to make sure. Hardcore metal band. All right. Well, you know where I land on that. I'm not super hardcore. But I can dig it from time to time. You are seeing me make a bunch of clear plasticky stuff. But seriously, in about a second here, I'll fully explain it to you. I'm working on a Green Lantern construct. So like a Green Lantern weapon. I'm going to try to make a minigun out of it, like from the Green Lantern movie. I ordered a bunch of clear, like see-through PVC, and now I'm messing with this kind of semi-see-through. It's more of a milky-ish see-through plastic than being totally see-through. And I'm messing with this to see if I can try to make like a handle grip sort of with it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun so far. I've always wanted to be Green Lantern. Like, I've always wanted to cosplay him. So right now I'm just kind of messing with all this new material. And hopefully it'll be done in like 2 months. Because this is like the only prop I have to make for Green Lantern. The rest is just like painting some of the costume. I'm going to be the best Green Lantern. I'm not going to be Hal Jordan. Not that pile of garbage. Unless, of course, he's your favorite Green Lantern, in which case I apologize. But it's still just Hal Jordan. And I'm not going to be Kyle Rayner because he's a weeb. Definitely not going to be Jon Stewart. I would say that speaks for itself. I'm not going to be Jon Stewart. So not much else to choose from. No, not Kyle Rayner. I'm sorry. Kyle Rayner's not my guy. I've already said Kyle Rayner, but in response to your actual comments, no. Not Kyle Rayner. My guy is Guy. Guy Gardner all the way. Guy Gardner's awesome. Guy Gardner's... Ooh, whoa, shoot. That stuck to my hand. That was weird. So I'm trying to get this piece bent so that it near... Oh, shoot. Let's see that. Blah. So there's this piece, right? This is for the handle, and I want this to go around the handle so that way I can only make 2 sides to it or so. So I don't have to, like, make a stack of, like, 30 of these in order to make them big enough to put my hand around so it actually looks like a grip. Not ripped enough. That hurts. That hurts my feelings. Not ripped enough to be Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart is Matt. I mean, come on, man. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. But no, I'm not ripped enough to be a lot of characters. Technically, I shouldn't have been Captain America a few days ago if we're doing the not ripped enough aspect of it. There's also Simon Baz and yeah, Guy, Hal, John, Kyle, Alan Scott, Simon Baz, and then there's that chick, Jessica Simpson. It's not Simpson. It's just Jessica something else. But yeah, no, those are the 2 new Green Lanterns. Really, when they keep adding more Earth Green Lanterns, it's like, don't you think that's a little weird? Like, why all of a sudden Green Lanterns have existed for millions of years? Why now are there so many Earth Green Lanterns? Like, so many Green Lanterns of Earth? Have there ever been this many before? Right? Yeah, don't forget about Simon, bro. Jade! Her name's Jade? I could have sworn there was a Jessica. All right, well, her name's Jade. All right, cool. No, Simon's a chill dude. Simon Baz is, like, pretty cool. Don't know why he's a Green Lantern, though. Haven't read that much on it because, like, he steals cars. I mean, maybe he's got a lot of willpower for stealing cars. I'm not a Guardian. I don't decide who becomes a Green Lantern or not. So this is kind of how this is looking right now. I really like it. Oh, shoot. Nah, we went too far. We dug in too deep. So many Green Lanterns. Yep, 7, I guess. Guy, Hal, Alan, Kyle, John, Simon, and Jade. 7. 7 Green Lanterns from Earth. They're also all from America. Just saying. They're all, you know, I mean, I know DC is like an American like comic association, but it's kind of weird that all 7 Green Lanterns are not only all from Earth, but they're also all from America. I don't know if Jessica's from America, I guess. Jessica, Jade. Is her name Jessica? Is that like just go by Jade? I don't know anymore. Man, oh man. I'm just gonna see if this all lines up. Pretty much. Nice. I am pretty excited for how this is looking. Oh, man. So, because hot glue will bend plastic and be really weird, I've decided to use a different method of keeping this together, this right here. It is something that many people would be proud of me using this. I don't have it right now with me. I think it must be upstairs. Sadly, I was gonna and here it is, but I guess we'll have to do that on a different live stream. Yeah. 48 minutes. This is how the bent piece is looking so far. I'm going to bend this bottom part a little bit more. 3 too many. Which 3? What? Okay, what 3 do you have a problem with? Let's that's stupid. So you think there should only be 4 Green Lanterns of Earth? Is that right? Which one do you not like? No more than 2. I agree. John Stewart and Hal Jordan are the only Green Lanterns you need on Earth. Technically, just Guy Gardner. Did I say Hal Jordan and John Stewart? I totally meant Guy Gardner and John Stewart. Guy Gardner is clearly the obvious choice for the only Lantern that should ever be a Green Lantern, like ever. That's kind of true, right? Green Lanterns of the Sith. So only 2 there are, 1 master and 1 apprentice. Like in the early days, it was like there's Hal Jordan. He's the main Green Lantern. Technically, Alan Scott just goes by Green Lantern. He's not actually a Green Lantern of Oa. His ring is magical. It's based on those rings. It's not actually one of those rings. So Guy Gardner was the secondary Green Lantern for Hal Jordan in case he ever got hurt or whatever. Yeah, so if Hal Jordan was ever out of commission, it would be Guy Gardner. And that's the way it was for a really long time. It was just Hal Jordan, and then, hey, if he got hurt, Guy Gardner was the next second choice. But it's kind of like how Sith are like, there's always a master, there's always an apprentice. And eventually there are just too many of them because there's so there's Palpatine's the master, then Darth Maul was the apprentice. But also Count Dooku was an apprentice of Palpatine. But then there's also Darth Sidious somewhere in there. And then Grievous isn't really a Sith because he can't use the Force. So maybe he's just something else. I like Marvel. No, I like Marvel more. 100. I'm 100% with you there, Tony. But I really dig the Green Lanterns. I really dig Green Lantern stuff. All those comics are great. They're super enjoyable to read. Oh man. Maybe I'm too tired to be making stuff because I'm yawning like crazy. I should just go to bed and just watch a ton of episodes of Sunny in Philadelphia. See, that's what I want to do, in my head, but I also really just want to watch The Office for some reason. It's pretty terrible. I'm not saying The Office is pretty terrible. I'm saying the fact that I want to rewatch The Office is why? You've gone so long without having to rewatch it. You've gone over a year without actually needing to watch The Office again, and yet, for some reason, my body is saying you should rewatch The Office. And I keep thinking I shouldn't. All right. This is about where we're at. Since Flex Seal bonds instantly, but the Flex Shot takes a while. I'm going to end the live stream here because there's really nothing else for me to cover. I mean, I can keep working on this, but I'm just too tired and my throat is starting to hurt. So we're going to call it a day. Thank you, everybody who stopped by. Thank you for coming down to the prop shop. I always enjoy a good old crowd. And so we are going to bid you all adieu. Sayonara.